Okay, we're live now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live show of the FanStands with me, Mohsin. And today, Ahmed isn't here, unfortunately, but thank goodness our guest has made it. And please, everyone, welcome Ms. Zane on the show. Zane, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. So, Zane, we all can see you're wearing a Liverpool shirt,
Yes.
and no surprise, you're a Liverpool fan. So, Zane, tell everyone about yourself. What do you do, and where you're from, and why Liverpool?
So, originally, I'm from Latvia,
Okay.
and yeah, in my life, I'm a digital marketing executive. So that's where I work. Why Liverpool? Actually, I'm not a fan for a long time.
Mhm.
My boyfriend is a very big fan of Liverpool, and I didn't like to watch football before. I thought it's really boring. I used to watch basketball and ice hockey and yeah, various types of sports, but not football. But then I think it was the Champions League game, the final in 2018, when Liverpool lost to Real Madrid. And I watched it and I kind of saw the emotions all around me. And then in the next Premier League season, I started to watch the game a bit more and saw how passionate my partner was about Liverpool. So I started to watch the games more and more. And then now I think I love the team even more than he does.
Okay, that's nice. And who is your favorite Liverpool player?
So the most favorite probably is Mane. I really like Van Dyke and Henderson. But yeah, that would be my top three, but most favorites Mane.
Is it because the rhyming names, Mane and Zane?
Maybe that caught my attention at first that I found it funny, but in general, I just like the way he plays. He never gives up. You can always see him on the pitch, and he's just really, really hard to play against. So, yeah, I think that's why.
Okay, that's nice. So before we move on to the Premier League a little bit about your country of origin, Latvia, what is the football culture there like? Because I've seen the Latvian team only in Euro 2004. They've played a few games in the qualifiers, but we haven't seen Latvia in a major tournament since the Euros.
Yeah, well, it's kind of a sore topic because it's not going really well. We had an okay team before, like years before, when I don't even remember. But now it seems like it's going lower and lower, and the whole system it needs. I think it needs a lot of work for the team to start performing better. I think they're like 100 something position in the overall rank, so it's not going well, and it might be part of reason why I never really watch football because it's mostly negative emotions and losing all the time and stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay, so what is the culture there? Is football popular in Latvia, or is there any other sport which is more popular than football?
um Football isn't the most popular sport. I think basketball and ice hockey are probably more popular. um People tend to support teams in other countries, like I think there are a lot of Bayern Munich supporters. There are some Manchester United supporters, Liverpool supporters, but yeah, that's about it. If people are interested, they will watch football abroad rather than the clubs we have in Latvia.
Okay, okay. So same was with you. You fell in love, I think, when you moved to England, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, because here
Okay.
football culture is so big, and when you go to work, everyone has their team they support, and they talk about their team, and they're just so passionate about it, and they have their team since they're little, and they're very loyal. So yeah.
Okay. And have you met any Latvians there in the UK who love football? And how many Liverpool Latvians do you know who are Liverpool fans?
To be fair, I don't know any Latvians who are Liverpool fans. We have our own like sports page in Latvia, and then I after a Liverpool game sometimes I check the comments. But and there are some Liverpool fans, but I don't know them personally, and I don't know anyone here.
Okay. Okay, well, that's nice. So now we'll talk about business. The main reason why we've called you on the show, So Sane, I've had a lot of Liverpool fans before, but you can say they were good times. And it's been 1 year since we're doing this online video thing, especially after the COVID. So there's a lot of common things we hear. Is Liverpool losing their way in the title race because Manchester United has overtaken them?
Um, Maybe a bit. So in the beginning of the season, before Van Dijk and Gomez had their injuries, everyone was almost like 100% sure that Liverpool are gonna win the title again. Then when Van Dijk got injury, everyone thought, okay, maybe not. But then they started to play really well, so people again were like believing that it's gonna happen. But then now, when we I think drew 2 or 3 games and lost one, it might seem that we lost our way a bit. But I think that's normal because the team's been so consistent for 2 years, 3 years, almost not losing at all. So it's normal that these things happen. And I think Manchester United's game is going to be a good one to come back and show that we are in the title race. So.
Okay, that's nice. And okay, so we already have the questions coming. I'll take it. Zana, this one's for you. Your take on Liverpool versus Manchester United this Sunday.
Um, I think it's going to be a good game, a tight game. I still think that Liverpool is going to win, maybe 3-2 or something. It's going to be Anfield. They don't want to lose their record. They know how important it is, and they know how important it is for us fans. So I think they're just going to put themselves together and win. It might be a draw as well, but I really don't think they're going to lose.
Okay, but in that game, I think was it against? Yeah, why am I forgetting? Uh, Klopp decided to play Henderson and Fabinho in defense. Do
Yeah.
you think he might do something like that again, or not this time against United?
I don't think that would be a good idea, as we saw it was the Southampton game. Fabio is quite
Sorry.
used to being at the back, so but I don't think he should play Henderson there. First of all, because they miss him really much in the midfield, and second of all, because it is a different position. I think in standard situations, which I suppose Manchester United are gonna get a lot of free kicks and stuff like that. He just doesn't know his position really well as a centre back. So I think Phillips or Reece Williams, if Matip isn't fit, would be better.
Okay, so talking about you mentioned Matip here, and how frustrating has it been for you as a Liverpool fan that a lot of key players are not often fit? Oxlade-Chamberlain, Matip, Thiago, and who else do we have? Shaqiri.
Yeah.
They've had a lot of bad history. Naby Keita as well. So, is it frustrating? Do you think Liverpool should reevaluate their transfer policies and try to bring in backups who are actually fit when there's injury to the main starting 11 players?
When it comes to Van Dijk and Thiago, I think you can never predict these types of injuries because it wasn't just a situation in a game, it was almost intentional how the injuries happened. For the likes of Matip and Keita, I think they don't have a lot of time left in Liverpool. I just read this morning that Matip, they're looking for a replacement for him because he just cannot be relied upon because he's just so injury prone, and the same with Keita. I don't think there's anything wrong with their procedures. I think they should have brought a center back in January. That's what I think. But other than that, I think they've been spot on.
Okay, so we have another question. So I'll just sum this up really quickly. Do you think the inconsistency from Liverpool and the consistency from Manchester United going into this game will influence the result, or this is a new day, new game?
I think this is a new day, new game because it isn't just the usual game. This rivalry has a huge history, and everyone looks at this game differently. Liverpool are not going to go into this game looking at it the same way as the Southampton game, for example. Even though they're gonna say that every game is different, every game is important, and it is like that, but they know the history. And same for Manchester United. They want to end that Anfield run. For Liverpool, they want to stay at the top. So I think it's gonna be a different game.
Okay. And who do you think is going to be the key player for this match on Sunday?
I must say Thiago will definitely be one of them because the passes he makes, they're just extraordinary. No one really knows what he's gonna do, so I think that's gonna be a big factor. And I think Salah and Mane are gonna be really important if they finally can get out of their funk and start scoring goals again. I think it's gonna be really important. I'm concerned, more concerned about the attack rather than defense.
Okay. And who's going to be threat from Manchester United? Is it Bruno Fernandes?
Probably yes, because a lot of the games they've won are because of him.
Hmm.
Um, Last game he wasn't playing that well. I think the cup game against City he wasn't playing well, and then this game against Burnley he wasn't playing good as well, and they struggled. So I think he's going to be really important, and Pogba as well. Even though his performances weren't that good before, now he's really starting to show what's in his locker. So I think it's going to be important how those two play as well.
Okay. And Zane, are you surprised that the season has turned out this way, that Liverpool is now below Manchester United and Manchester United are at the top? Did you see this coming?
Um, Not really. I thought it would be City or, for example, Spurs or Chelsea. I wasn't sure that Liverpool are gonna be first after the injuries we had, so I think it's still a very good result. But yeah, I wasn't expecting Manchester United to be there, especially after how they played in Champions League group stage and last season as well. But I think, and this is gonna be a bit controversial, but there are decisions going their way a bit in terms of penalties and offsides. And even in one game, they were given a penalty after the whistle and they won. So that's part of the reason. But yeah, they've been playing okay as well, but it is a surprise.
Okay, so a controversial question as well. What tactics should Liverpool opt to stop Manchester United from getting penalties?
It's really hard because um, every contact they get, they will show that they got this contact, which isn't wrong for the most of the time. So I think it's really hard to have any tactics against it because you cannot not make challenges or cannot not try to take the ball away. So it's really hard to do that, and I think it depends on the referee a lot as well.
Hmm. Okay. What about Klopp's statement? He's saying a lot of things. I think he also spoke about the number of penalties and VAR and everything. So, what is your reply to the Manchester United fans saying that Klopp should be more focused on the game instead of talking about other things?
I think those are his tactics to say stuff like that. I think also he is a really bad loser. He doesn't like losing, but who does? And then sometimes he says things, and then journalists make it five times worse. And then, literally, after he made that comment about Manchester United and Liverpool penalties, it was in the news here for a week, I think, or even more. And there were so
Mhm.
many articles about it from all sides. So maybe it was just a tactic to take attention away from a bit form that Liverpool's been in, which is a bit poor right now. But I don't know. I think there is some truth in it because I think I saw a statistic which said in the last 5 years Liverpool got 30 penalties, and in the
Mhm.
last 2 years Manchester United got 32 or 33. So yeah, there is some truth. I don't think it's correct to say it that way, but maybe it's just a tactic.
Okay. We have another question. I think he's also a Liverpool fan in Pakistan. thoughts on not signing a defender in this transfer window?
Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with that. That it's right to not sign a center back.
Yeah.
We still have till end of January, so maybe someone will come in. I don't know, but as I understand, the club has some financial difficulties. I'm not sure how true it is, but maybe they've been doing something behind the scenes and no one knows anything, the same as it was with Thiago and even more with Jota, because no one knew really that they're gonna come. So I don't know. I don't think it's right. I think we need a defender definitely, but it's also not right to take someone who doesn't really fit just for the sake of it. I can't hear you now.
Okay, I'm sorry, Zane.
Fine.
I'll just interrupt you for 1 second. My co-host is here. If you don't mind, I'll just take him online.
Okay.
And hello, Ahmed. How are you, brother?
Hello, Mohsin. Hello, Zane. Sorry, my apologies. My just car, just battery was dead, so I've just revived my car and I came just as fast as I can. So sorry about that.
No problem, Ahmed. Zane, as you know, I'm from Pakistan. He's also from Pakistan, but he's in Melbourne, Australia right now. So it's
Okay.
1 a.m. or 2 a.m. in the night, and he's just
Oh,
here for the passion of football.
okay.
So he's an Inter Milan fan, but he watches the Premier League.
Cool.
So he's also going to be asking questions, and he's also going to be answering them if that's okay with you. So, Ahmed, anything you'd like to ask from Zane, and so we'll carry on with where we were before.
Yeah, no worries. Welcome to the show, Zane. I was hearing the half of the show from my driving towards the home. So I just want to ask that. Uh, Do you think that the combination of Fabinho and I think Reece Williams they be able to stop Bruno Fernandes or Edison Cavani because they both are in form right now?
Um, I think yes, he's been good, but lately he lost his mojo a bit. That's how I see it. Um, Fabinho definitely he can deal with them. I'm not sure about Reece Williams. He sometimes tries to play offside too much,
Okay.
so someone might get ahead of him. But I think if we keep the ball enough and we attack, and we only allow them a couple of attacks, we should be fine.
Okay, Zane. So another question: Van Dyke injury. I know it's obvious, but we'd like to hear it from you.
Um, yeah. So I was watching the game. I saw it. I wasn't a fan of Pickford before, and I will just say I'm a big fan of him right now. Um, yeah, I think it was intentional. It wasn't intentional to hurt him, but it was intentional to get the player the ball. So I think Pickford just panicked a bit, just went with the whole body to Van Dijk, caught sort of injury and should have been sent off. And I don't know if you're aware, but the referee at that game, recently he gave an interview and said he made a mistake and he should have sent Pickford off. But now it's too late, and probably we would have won the game. But past is the past.
Yes, well, that does happen. So, Zani, you're in England right now. What is the COVID situation over there like? Are you afraid, or do you feel that there are chances that the league might be postponed again, like it was last year?
Yeah. So situation is quite bad. So we're in lockdown now. So professional sports are allowed to go ahead, and yeah, people can go to work if they cannot work from home. I don't think they're gonna stop the Premier League because they have good system in place with testing players all the time, and yeah, I think it's gonna go ahead because in the first lockdown people didn't know anything about it really, so they were afraid of the players' welfare, and that's why they stopped it. But now I think they're doing the testing and the vaccine coming as well, so I don't think they're it.
Can we see the fans back in the stadium this season?
I don't think so. Maybe like it was before, like 2,000 fans or something like that, or 50% the capacity of the stadium, maybe. But I don't think it's gonna be full stadium this year.
Okay, Sane, have you been to Anfield? Have you seen games live over there?
Yeah, we've been once last year, so yeah, just one game experience, but really good.
Okay, and how was the experience?
Um, Funny thing was we were sitting right next to, I think it was Watford fans.
Hmm.
Interesting to hear our fans screaming and their fans something
Okay,
completely different. But yeah,
okay,
we won
that,
nil, so they didn't get to celebrate. We did really good, and it was really great to see um in life. Like Salah's hair looks even bigger than it looks in the photo.
right, right.
Dyke is just a huge man. So yeah, it was
Hmm. Have you ever met any of the players? Any
no,
autograph from anyone? No.
no,
Let's hope you meet someone soon.
hope so.
Ahmed, Ahmed will have your views as well. The Manchester United
Yeah,
versus
no worries.
Liverpool. So there was a question from Omar that, and I asked Zane as well. I want to get your thoughts on it. Liverpool's inconsistent performance coming into this game and Manchester United's consistent performance. Will it impact the game on Sunday or new game, new day?
I think it will impact more towards Liverpool because I think they're coming off a losing streak. I think in the last three matches they drawn two and they got defeated. So I think the pressure is on Liverpool. I think instead of Manchester United because I think Manchester United just came off the win against a Burnley, a very good side Burnley. I think they really needed a Pogba long shot to win that match. So yeah, I think they're much more in confidence. I think we haven't seen a bit of consistency from Manchester United league wise because they've been performing really well in the league. So yeah, the pressure is definitely on Liverpool right now. I think Jurgen Klopp really needs to get his tactics right. I think most importantly, I think we need to know that who will be the partnership center back pairing. I think that's important. I think if the Matip is just is fit, I think he should start that because I think it's a difficult game for both Reece Williams and Nathaniel Phillips to start this one. I don't see Henderson starting in a center back. I think I most probably see him with Thiago. I think Wijnaldum. I think the front three should really be firing for this match because I think all three of them have been lackluster for the last three matches. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a really good match, but the pressure is I think on the Liverpool instead of Manchester United.
Okay, well, Zane thinks otherwise. She believes it's Anfield and Liverpool obviously has a good record at Anfield. Zane talks about rumors about Salah leaving, Van Dijk, sorry, Wijnaldum not signing a contract. Uh, anything you can update us with?
So Salah, I don't think going anywhere at least not until the end of the season. I think his contract is still a couple of years, so they will talk about his contract, his agent, and the club see if what are they willing to do. But with Wijnaldum, it's a bit unclear because one day they're saying he doesn't want to sign a contract, the other day they're saying that he's going to sign. So I think the problem is that money, and I think Wijnaldum is not the same but close as Van Dijk and Thiago and players like that, which isn't unfair because he can always rely on him and he starts every game. Because as I his salary is even less than Keita and somewhere around the Rigis or something like that. So I don't think that's fair. See both points, but as I say, no player is bigger than the club. I would love him to stay, but we'll see.
And what about the criticism Firmino receives that he doesn't score too much?
Yeah, I think not not the case anymore because I think he's been scoring now. I think as Klopp mentioned before, his role is very important in Liverpool, and not only for scoring, it's for gluing and linking the players together. Because Firmino isn't playing, you see that sometimes the front three are struggling, and they're struggling to link with the front three. I think he's really unselfish sometimes in situations when everyone thinks it's true. He always has this, but I'm not concerned. I was a bit concerned before, but now seeing a bit more of his games, I'm not concerned about him not scoring the goal. So yeah, because he has a bigger role.
Okay, and your thoughts about Diogo Jota signing? He's been very good before getting injured.
Yeah, yeah, that was kind of a surprise because we didn't see it coming. I think he's been really good, and we do miss him now because when he was playing in games where we were like 0-0 or 1-1, he was the one who just came and scored. So we do miss that, and yeah, I think his performances he kind of surprised everyone, and really hope he's gonna be back by the end of January.
Okay, Ahmed, Diogo Jota not being fit for this game. If he was fit, do you think he would have made a big impact?
I think definitely. I think Klopp would have seen that if the first half, both the front three, Firmino, Salah, and Mane, didn't score or wasn't having an impact, he would bring him in the second half and just he would have changed the game because whenever Klopp have used Diego Jota, he would come off the bench and might break the deadlock, like Zane said in quite a couple of matches he have broken the deadlock. So I think definitely they definitely need someone who like a super sub that can provide them with goals. And I think with Origi and Minamino, you don't get that kind of a consistency or that like that kind of a chances. So I think Liverpool really will be missing Diego Jota. But I think last season Shaqiri had a good game against him. So might we can see Shaqiri as a super sub. So you never know. It's kind of a very difficult game to predict them this Liverpool versus Manchester United.
Hmm. Sane, Liverpool have struggled against the bottom place teams. Why is this reason? I mean, they played tough games. Okay, the draw against City, I can understand that. That was a one. I think that was a fair result. They won against Chelsea. They won against Spurs in a very good game. So, but they've not won games where they were expected to win. Especially if you talk about Newcastle, talk about Brighton, Southampton.
Yeah, I think there are two factors in this. So when uh, bottom of the league table play champions, they have that extra motivation. No one expects anything from them. There's usually no pressure other than they, to win this particular game. And I think they come to the game differently than they do to any other game. And from Liverpool side of things, I think it's even though you think every game is important, somewhere in the back of your mind, you know what team you are playing. So maybe sometimes you don't give your 100%. That's what I think. I think it's also really hard to play against teams who are giving their all and just playing literally every play there is in defense. So it's like 4-0. So
Okay, Ahmed, why Liverpool can't beat bottom place teams?
Well, if you like look the game against Brighton, Brighton got a last minute penalty, so it also comes towards the luck. And I think the VAR system, and especially this season, has been very inconsistent. Like it has been, you're getting double of penalties, which you have would never get in past 3 to 4 years before. So yeah, it's very inconsistent, especially because as a good team, you have to. The sign of a good team is that if you even play scrappy football, you can win 1-0. Like just yesterday, like that Manchester United just won 1-0. So it's a sign of a good team. So I think for Brighton, I think Liverpool was going for that 1-0 win, but that Danny Welbeck penalty just, I think, changed everything for them. And I think didn't play too well against them as well, because the Neil Maupay also had a chance of converting penalty, but they stopped. So I think the draw was very good. Against Newcastle, I think with Newcastle is that Steve Bruce just plays had a really defensive tactics against Liverpool, because they know that they were coming from a 7-win win against Crystal Palace. So Steve Bruce, I think Darlow played a wonderful game that evening, because I think he saved around 5 to 6 saves were directly, and also I think Fabian Schär and Federico, every single centre back was playing brilliantly. So it was one of those matches where I think nothing would have gone towards Liverpool side. So I think if Liverpool really need to have to start, really need to have start coming with a plan B to break down these teams, because I think these kind of teams will really be like, they don't play, they will play counter attacking football and park the bus. So I think it's around 4 to 5 seasons for Klopp now, and he needs to start looking at how can I break these kind of teams.
Okay, so Zane, is someone like Coutinho being missed in the middle? You know, his creativity to break those passes and feed a ball to a striker to break
Um,
defensive teams.
Maybe I think Thiago is a good kind of replacement, but since he was injured for so long and now he just needs to get up to speed, I think even those games we could see really what he can do. So yeah, we miss players who can break the, especially in midfield, because I think our midfield, you take out Kate for example, they're like working in midfield, so they push and they try to get through, but Keita and Thiago in for they were the ones who actually created the most chances.
Okay, and Zane, I feel Klopp won't change his style. Do you think Oli will go defensive?
Um, Probably yes. I think it's hard to tell, because I do think Liverpool are gonna get the most of the ball, but it's hard to tell. He might shock everyone and just play as a number, but I think so. I think it's gonna be kind of a typical Liverpool game where they get most of the ball control.
Okay. So we have another question, not a question, in fact, a statement. It's been a very weird season because, yesterday, let's take example, Fulham versus Spurs. I expected Spurs to win and they drew. So, Zane, again, why do you think this season has been so strange? Is it because of the fixture congestions?
Uh, yeah, I think so. So many teams didn't have any preseason. Some teams had like 1 week or 2 weeks. Also quite a congested schedule. Teams, for example, like Aston Villa, they only get one game a week, while Liverpool, Manchester United, Manchester City, they get 2 games a week. Um, yeah, I think that's the main reason. If it was just a normal season, that wouldn't happen like that, and also so many injuries are that impacting the game as well.
Nice. So, Ahmed, again, same question. Ollie's tactics and Klopp's tactics in the Super Sunday clash.
I think Klopp will definitely be playing gegen pressing. I think he won't be changing his tactics too much. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I think he will go with the counter style football, because he will be targeting the Trent Alexander side, because he's expecting both Rashford and I think good passes from Bruno Fernandes. So yeah,
Hmm.
I think he definitely will go for the counter striking football, because it has been working for him. Apart from yesterday, I think yesterday they have to grind out the results. But I think against a good teams, top six team, I think he prefer playing counter-attacking football. He wants to have the opposition have all the possession on the ball, and one loose ball or something where a misplaced pass, and it should be given to the Bruno, and then Bruno will be giving that killer pass or to the Cavani or Rashford going for a Rashford just sprinting towards the goal and everything. So I think if I would if the Klopp really needs to know that how to stop that counter attack, I think once again I will say that the decision of the defense and center back pairing will decide this match, because he shouldn't be going with inconsistent. Because like I said, Henderson, he can play anywhere, but center back isn't his position. So I would really expect a proper center back, or even in the January transfer window, the rumors are saying that they won't be going for a center back, but I expect them to buy one or two to, because we are not getting Van Dijk very early in this season. So yeah.
Okay, so well, Ahmed, you're aware that Oli has yet to beat any of the top six clubs, and they're going to face the final team from the top six, that is Liverpool. Zane, earlier in the show, she said that she expects a 3-2 or 3-1 win for Liverpool. What scoreline do you go with?
Mm,
It's
well,
empty.
yeah. Look, I'll give it the prediction based on their form. I think Liverpool, from the last three games, really had dipping form. Like I said, they won't lose. I think Anfield is a huge advantage for the Liverpool fans, and Anfield have been their fortress for around 3 years. They haven't lost a match there. So I think I expect a draw. I think we will have a very competitive match, and I'll expect 1-1 or 2-2
Okay.
result. So it's gonna be a draw.
Okay. Zane, why is Liverpool so good at Anfield? The crowd isn't there, so they still have some home advantage.
Yeah, I think they can just make the atmosphere even without the thing is theirs and it has history. And I've been to Anfield like today before, and inside is just everything is about purple, everything is great. They are so many games unbeaten. They just want to continue that, and that motivates them. And I think teams coming to Anfield that no one has won for a long time impact them as well. It does motivate them to find them, but I think those two are the factors.
Okay, nice. So, we're going to move a bit from Liverpool and talk about the other teams as well. So, Zane, you're in the UK. Tell us if you're updated. There are rumors going on that Lampard might get the sack.
Yeah, they were talking about it after some games, but I don't think it's gonna happen soon. I think if you, for example, next year it might happen because I know Chelsea they don't give their managers so much time if they're performing bad. So if he loses more, he might go. I even heard that before Pochettino went to PSG that he's gonna be the manager. See that happening because Tottenham manager and he's at PSG. But yeah, if he loses a couple more, then it might be that they sack him.
Okay, Ahmed, how much time does Lampard have?
Well, we have discussed this motion multiple times. Whenever he wins and loses, first of all, the this season is very weird because of the fixture congestion, and also it's a very unpredictable. If we discussed this, if we had this session 3 weeks ago, many people are saying that Chelsea were title favorites. Even Spurs were title favorites. Now Manchester United is title favorites. So with Chelsea's that, I think Roman Abramovich have invested too much in the squad and also in Lampard. So I think this season, even though I think it's a special consideration from I think Roman Abramovich that he will let it go, because he said that I just gave him a budget or something. Next season, next season, I think if he have a couple of bad results early on in the season, I think in the first 10 games, he if he didn't win 4 to 5 games, I think they might change a manager. Or even I think if he if Chelsea comes out of top 10 at the end
Mhm.
of the season, I think they might consider getting a new manager in the next season. But I think in this season, if he stays in the top six or even get a trophy by any chance, I think he will stay. But in next season, I think they might Roman Abramovich might expect a Premier League title with the amount of he invested in him, amount of talent they have.
Mhm. And Zane, Manchester City, they're winning games and they're quietly sneaking up to the top. Are they also one of the title favorites?
Yeah, I think favorites Manchester City. I still think that the biggest fight is going to be City. So yeah, they're bad. It's understandable because they literally had preseason. They had a couple of well and a couple of important ones. Whole situation. They've been dealing with it really well, and I a fight for the title.
Okay. Ahmed, I'll let you answer this one. Who's better in terms of tactics, not overall, Pep or Klopp?
Well, it depends what kind of a tactics you like because it all depends on the individual. If you enjoy like a pressing game, and if you like pressing game, then obviously you like Klopp's pressing a gegen pressing system. But if you like someone like who likes to keep the possession of the ball, having some passes, then infiltrate that killer pass to your opponent, then I think Pep Guardiola style really suits. Like Pep Guardiola's tiki taka style has been used by the Spain national team for quite a long time, but I think for the last few tournaments, that Tiki Taka hasn't been working for them, so they have changed it from that. So individually, it depends on what kind of a players you have, what kind of a team like. There are some people who also like Diego Simeone tactics. But even though we all know that what kind of tactics he has, it's park doubles and counter attack. There are some people who also like Jose Mourinho's tactics. Like all the Spurs fans are not now liking that counter attacking football, which they wouldn't have enjoyed.
Hmm.
So it all depends on what kind of a tactics you enjoy. So tactically, both of them are a brilliant managers, but it's kind of a what kind of a your what's your own personal favorite thing you want to see in the football?
Okay. Zane, would you mind if Liverpool played a park the bus style football?
If I would mind if the bus strategy.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, for example, if Klopp decided, just hypothetically speaking, he
um,
started playing defensive, would you be okay with it as long as you're winning or no?
no, I don't think I would be okay with it. I think playing that strategy that's not football. One team is just playing defense, then trying to hold nil draws or 1 or stuff. You just lose so many things pressing and just it's just not football. Imagine if two teams who play synthetic met, then it would be even go on. So I wouldn't like him. Right.
Okay. Well, Ahmed, that's a typical Liverpool fan. They were like so. Chances of City winning the Champions League. Zane, I know you're a Liverpool fan, but you know, can City are they good enough for the Champions League?
Um, it's a bit tricky because they play well. They win the group, and then last and they just cannot put results necessary. So last year I thought when it's there or I think when finals. Um, I don't know. I hope that Liverpool can win the Champions League.
They can. They
Yeah,
should have won it. They should have won it last season. That's my take on that. But That's just that things just happen. So, Ahmed, is Mourinho still a favorite to land top four and compete for the title, or the current results show that the league title, aiming for the league title, is a bit too much for Spurs right now?
I think he's one of the favorites for me to have a top four because, like, if you go on the signings he made in the start of the season, even Garrett Bale, I think he was the brilliant signing. Like I said, he would have changed the dynamics of the attack. Sergio Reguilon was coming off a really brilliant Sevilla Europa win. So he was also a good signing. However, I think surprisingly, he even though I said he wouldn't make that much impact, but he was brilliant. But the problem with Mourinho Spurs is right now is that they try to play the same counter-attacking Park de Bus football with every other 19 team. Like last match, if you see again Fulham, after they had couple of chances yesterday in the first match to I think win the match 3-1 or to 4-1. They were there. But after the second half, Fulham just said that you just play attacking football because they're just playing counter-attacking football. We should attack, and the Scott Parker just said that you should start playing attacking football, and they equalized. And after they equalized, I think Spurs then started to say that we shouldn't just play defensive football. We should attack, and they started playing, and they were playing really good. They would have won the match, but I think it was too late because the equalizer came around 78 minutes or 75 minutes. So yeah, look, Mourinho really has to analyze his tactics when playing against top six. You have to play defensively because you know that they can obliterate you, they can defeat you, they can really destroy you. But against opposition on the really bottom of the half or relegation squads, they won't play you. They won't come and take the ball from you. They just will play. They will play defensively. Like you won't expect West Brom,
Mm,
managed by Big Sam, to play attacking football. They definitely will play long balls or they will play park the bus. So yeah,
mm.
he needs to figure out that you can't play that same tactics for all the 19 teams in the Premier League.
Understood. Zane, there's a joke. I hope you understand this one. That Klopp also has one tactic: either give the ball to Robertson or Arnold, and cross and inshallah. Inshallah in Arabic means leave it to God. So this is a joke. They said that Liverpool is just they're just crossing, especially Arnold. He's just crossing in the box, even if there's no Liverpool player in the box.
Yeah, I think that's a bit why we have some problems now because the crosses used to be very spot on,
Mm,
but recently they've been crossing really weirdly, and we have like some of them, and they're not tall, so they cannot reach any of the crosses usually. So I think that's part of the problem. I think sometimes we try and pass and get through rather than just fall somewhere. And I think Arnold been performing really lately, so that affects this aspect as well.
Okay, so Ahmed, Fulham has 5 draws at the last game. Can they survive relegation now?
I think they're playing much better, Mohsin. I think they have one win as well against, I think, Everton. Against Everton, they won. I think they won against top six as well. Yeah, I think they won against Everton. So I think they're playing really well. I think Scott Parker have been, I think, in the last 5 to 6 matches, they're playing well. They're playing attacking football. Even I think their match against Liverpool, I think the Liverpool might lost that match if Salah didn't, if Alisson or Salah didn't converted that penalty, and Alisson wasn't playing really well. They might have lost against Fulham as well. So Fulham of the late, I think they're playing really well. So they might scrap the, but I think for them to survive the relegation, I think West Ham or other, even Leeds, I think Leeds United or some other team, Burnley even, they have to play bad. But like I said, they are favorite.
Okay, so Zane, we're almost at the end of the show. I hope you're not tired. It's been almost 50 minutes.
No, it's fine.
Okay, Zane. So we're just at the end. A little bit about Arsenal. Arteta, new manager, surprised everyone. Won FA Cup, Community Shield against Chelsea and Liverpool, but uh, they're not doing so well. Yes, they've gained form right now, but you would expect Arsenal to be at the top, not in the bottom half.
Yeah, I do expect them to be quite high to be you. I just have a feeling that they had their bad spell, a really bad spell. But now, last games, they've been significantly better. I think they're gonna stay. I think like Europa League definitely the likes of and Aston Villa can stay that consistent. Arsenal has, I think, they shouldn't change. He has preferences. The whole situation is really weird, but yeah, they have a chance at least Europa League.
Okay, okay. So, Zane, any signing you wish Liverpool had made this season?
Um, well, a centre back. um, but I wish summer that we get Haaland or maybe even potentially Mbappe. That might mean that someone has to go, and I definitely don't go. I don't want to see Salah. So no, but I think for example, Haaland would be a really, really great addition with Klopp style real well, and a good center.
Wow, Ahmed, Haaland or Mbappe, who would you take at Liverpool?
Oh, that's a difficult question because both of them are really, I think, they are the next generation battle like Messi and Ronaldo, like they are. So it look the rumors of Mbappe coming is really strong, but I think we all know that Real have an eye on him because they haven't spent in this summer. So definitely they are waiting for his contract situation, which runs in 2022. If he didn't sign this contract in this and in the next few months, I think he will be going for free. And I think Real Madrid are really in a prime position to sign him. As for Haaland, I think his agent Mina Raiola is always looking for someone to buy him, always getting his client. So I think Manchester United even are interested in him. I think Manchester City also are looking for a striker because I think Sergio Aguero is getting old, and I think Gabriel Jesus he has his inconsistency and injuries as well. So I think, and also I think Barca. I just heard a rumor that Mina Raiola is trying to gets on the good book of the Barca, so he might get his client Erling Haaland to the Barcelona. But I think Barcelona, for me, because they're really in bad financial situation, so they might not afford him because he won't be coming cheap. He'll be around 100 to 150 million. So yeah, I
Mm.
think the prime position right now is both of the Manchester clubs, or I think the third favorite for me is Liverpool.
Okay, well said. And Chaudhry Shazib said, well, Shazib, me and Ahmed are going to talk about Spanish Cup, Serie A, Bundesliga on probably on Instagram or maybe on Facebook Live in a day or two. Okay, Zane, thank you so much for taking our time today. I hope you weren't bored today.
No, no, it's not talk about we're in lockdown now, so I can't talk with colleagues. So
Uh,
talk to you.
okay, so Ahmed, Zane, she's from Latvia, but she lives in London now. So I'll ask her, does London have a big Liverpool fan base, or most of them are just based around Liverpool?
I think most of them are based, on, but you find, for example, around London, you find a lot who are against Liverpool. Because mostly here are Spurs, West Ham fans, some Manchester United, not that many Liverpool. I think a lot of UK. But you can always see with a Liverpool shirt.
Okay, and that is nice. So let's hope everything restores back soon, back to normal very soon. You do visit Anfield, Liverpool, and if by any chance, by mistake, you ever come to Pakistan, then do let us know. We'll welcome you with Pakistani hospitality. And I hope you start a Latvian Liverpool fan base club or something in the near future. That's going to be very good if you can promote the club in your home country as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sane, any sorry, you were saying something?
Thank you for inviting.
Okay, just before you leave, a message to the Liverpool fans and all the football fans. Anything you'd like to say?
I just want to say that everyone just stay strong, enjoy football. Everyone's watching football. They try and everything what's going and just enjoy the day. I know sometimes we lose and sometimes we draw and sometimes things happen we don't like. But I think it's just nice that we have football, and even though there are trees, we should still try to be as nice to each other as possible.
Okay, very well said. Like I said, guys, the viewers, do watch, like, share, and subscribe. And Zane, I hope this is not the first and last time you're coming on the show. Let's hope you can come as a guest any other time as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, Ahmed, with that, we'll be ending the show. So thank you so much. I'm sorry you had a very tough day, but
Yeah, no
that's
worries. Thanks for coming, Zande, to our show, and I really enjoyed having a conversation from our Liverpool fans. So let's see. Hope for a good match again on the Sunday.
Yep.
okay. Take care, guys. Thank you so much,
Okay,
Zane. Take care. Bye.
bye.